Hi everyone, welcome back. As it says in the title, this one is another double threshold training session. So I've heard great reviews on these Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris in this light blue colour. I don't think they'll be easy to keep clean, but on first reviews, really good shoe, look quite nice. They've got this FF Turbo Plus cushioning and they feel really squidgy. So I did a few strides in these and I've got to say they felt really snappy at faster paces. So I've just recently done a track session and they felt totally fine at fast paces. I even ran a 26 last 200. I also ran Rome Marathon with my wife and we ran 3 hours 15 minutes. So they're obviously good for the whole range. So I'm just setting up on the chorus here, 16 times 500 meters, and off we go. So first session of the day is 16 500s, just keeping it simple, 8k volume, and I'm going to try and run these at LT1, so that's about marathon pace. Well, after a 10-minute warm-up, because I didn't want to do too much volume for the whole day, I hit start. So the weather was quite decent until halfway around, and then it started raining, and I just want your opinion here. Whose fault is this? So I turned right. This guy pulls alongside us and then indicates right and cuts right in front of us. So obviously I wasn't too happy. I think he should have just waited and let us go through. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm not gonna lie, that felt awful. Some days you just have bad days and you've just got to grind through it. Today was one of them. I'm not sure what the wind is, but it feels quite strong. Every time I was going around the loop and the wind hit us, it just knocked us for 6. So this is the second run in these shoes and they feel really squidgy. There's lots of support in the heel and they do feel really snappy as well. Maya, I tell you what, I wish I was going in the bath instead of running. Huh? So I did the worst thing ever and sat on the couch and I couldn't be bothered to get back out. But put my running gear on and just got myself out the door. Right, running down now, second session of the day, and I've selected 10 times 800. So I'm feeling a little bit fatigued and I've got a marathon on Sunday, so I'm not going to bother doing 20k worth. I've just done 16k worth, which is still quite a bit. So what I've noticed with these double threshold sessions is you really can't get carried away. It's so easy because you've had food and you've had a rest. Some people have naps in between. The first session in the morning you could feel quite fine, and then you could quite easily overdo it at the night time. And if you're doing this twice a week, you know that's 20 mile worth of hard running, and it does take a toll on you. So my advice would be, starting off with these, just start off with shorter sessions. Maybe just start off with 1 session a week and then add in just a little tempo run or maybe a few mile, and then just build the volume up. I see the professionals do sort of 10 by a k or even 12 by a k in the morning, and then they do 12k volume at night as well. These are mainly marathon runners and they're used to being on 100 mile a week on week. You know, they're really strong fast runners and they can handle it, but they're having all sorts of massages, they're having cryotherapy, they're having sports massages, they're eating perfect, sleeping through the day. You know, it's a full-time job, and to recover like the professionals you need to be doing nothing, and you can't be at work. They've got their feet up doing nothing throughout the day and just eating perfectly. My suggestion would be, when starting off these double thresholds, literally stick to marathon pace. It doesn't matter if these professionals are doing 5-minute miles, that's their marathon pace. If you're running 7-minute miles for your marathon, and then that's what you need to be doing. And as you get better and better at these, you can maybe notch it down to half marathon pace, even 10k pace on the second session of the day just to finish it off. If you want to run a little bit quicker, make the reps shorter in distance. It's a lot easier to run faster if you're doing 300s or 400 meter reps rather than a mile rep. So I've put screenshots of my splits on the screen. I'll leave the Strava links in the description if you want to check them out, and please hit subscribe, it helps so much. I need to try and get to 1,000 if possible by the end of the year. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.